that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, TKL, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. TKL and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suits your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Hi there, Swain Event family. Are you in the market to purchase a home and a bit freaked out with the market right now? As someone who's been in your spot before, I'm familiar with what's going through your brain. And as a realtor, I've mastered the ins and outs of the buying process. When you work with me, you'll benefit from my experience, and together we'll work toward making sound, smart decisions for your future. And of course, talk a little Vol Sports along the way. Just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-255-03 is our telephone number. It is Tuesday. We're back to game week. We are back to the official game week for Tennessee football. This week, man, Kentucky Wildcats. Ben McKee, Jason Swain, live here from the Low T Center studio. Hope you are having a great morning. Thank you for making the Swain Event part of your morning. We are very, very fortunate and blessed that you are joining us. 865-255-03 is the number to the Iris Networks hotline. 90 days, no payment for business internet. Ben McKee, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Man, I'm fired up.
I'm glad. Are you doing better than Texas assistant coach Jeff Banks this morning?
I'm probably.
Have you heard the Jeff Banks story that took to Twitter last night?
Dude, I fell asleep watching the Monday Night Football game. I was watching the game in the first half, and the second half the game was watching me.
I understand. But I also feel like it is important that we start here today. We can't wait for what?
Oh, we can't wait?
No.
So we're going to talk about Jeff Banks and Dan Mullen?
We're talking about Jeff Banks first. Dan Mullen is sending Jeff Banks a gift basket this morning. Thank you. Thank you for taking college football Twitter's attention away from me.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
This can't be. This cannot be true. This cannot be true. Are we verifying? Are we checking this with multiple sources?
I want it to be true because it is amazing.
Are we 1,000% sure that this is accurate? This looks like what's that website called? The Onion?
The Onion. Jeff Banks allegedly has a girlfriend who likes to dance for money, and allegedly this female has a pet monkey who performs with her at times, and this female has also appeared on Jerry Springer. The facts about the girlfriend are true. Her dancing for money being her occupation or former occupation, and her having a pet monkey that has also performed with her at times. Allegedly, this pet monkey bit a little kid on Halloween during trick or treat.
My goodness. Now I have heard about the former Alabama's wife. I have heard about her. I have. Mm-hmm.
So Dan Mullen is sending Jeff Banks a gift basket.
Dan Mullen
this morning.
Ain't getting off clean, buddy. Because that happened in Texas. What Dan Mullen said happened in the SEC. And last time I checked, Texas is not in the SEC just yet.
They might as well be.
Not just yet. Not so fast, my friend. Dan Mullen, you ain't getting off. Not today.
Speaking of Lee Corso, did you realize that he was 86?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know it's obvious that he's old, but I didn't realize he was that old. I mean, I thought he was kind of like 81, 82.
When was the last time you
86.
watched College Game Day?
Saturday.
You couldn't tell he was 86? You couldn't tell he was...
Not that old. 86 is old. Sorry if anybody's listening and is 86.
I mean,
I thought
it's old.
His lower 80s. Did you see the guy from The Hangover on Game Day by chance, and his clip on Game Day?
Yeah, I don't watch Game Day.
Well, I do,
because I watch Game Day when Tennessee's a little bit better, and Tennessee's not a punchline.
Well, they didn't talk about Tennessee this week because Tennessee was on a bye week.
Still, man, there's only so much I can handle with folks cracking jokes at Tennessee, because I'm kind of sensitive when it comes to that stuff. I'm ready to fight.
That's fine.
And the last thing I need to be doing is pulling Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore and trying to fight Lee Corso. That just would be good.
Well, usually it's David Pollack or Desmond Howard that's got a slick little comment, but they I'm
gonna pick out Lee because that's somebody I know I can take.
You know the funny dude from The Hangover, not one of the four main characters.
Yeah,
but
what about him?
I don't know his name.
Everybody was funny, so
I'm scared to describe him because I don't want to get canceled this morning. He's a short little.
Just we'll figure it out. Just continue.
But he had a funny clip I'll have to show you during the break. He's a comedian. He's always in the funny stuff. I don't know. I'm bad at movie characters. Forgive my ignorance. This morning, Mr. Chow, Ken Jeong.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Yes, he is, and he was the guest picker for the Michigan game.
Yeah,
this weekend, and he put in a little green clip-on hairpiece in his hair. It was like playing with it the whole time. I'll pull it up during. For what?
You want to know a fun fact about him?
Yeah.
Like, he went to school to be a doctor, and he was a legit doctor. And then one day he was like, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I want to be an actor. And then, boom, he decided to go.
He's hilarious.
Be an actor, and he's a funny actor. So that's what happened.
Yeah, I got it right. It's 22 seconds long. It is hilarious. He was asked to pick the UCLA Houston game on college game day.
Good thing Tramel's not on the show, man. He would have got everybody counts.
It had me rolling.
Went to UCLA Med School. Shout out, Tran. You completely ho. That's her last name. That's her last name. Relax, ESPN. How dare you?
Apparently his wife's last name is Ho, and he picked UCLA because he was or she was going to go to med school at UCLA.
Yeah.
And was letting her know that you complete me, Ho.
Oh, gotcha.
But her last name is Ho.
Gotcha.
I was rolling.
He's funny, man. He's funny. And I'm telling you, he used to be a doctor. Well, I guess once you're a doctor, you're still a doctor, I guess. But yeah, he's a doctor. But he's funny, man. He's goofy. Rodney in Austell says, wait, are we doing this to start the show? We got to come back to this, man. We got to come back to this. It is Tuesday at the beginning of the show. And I know that the kiddos here in Knox County, they're out of school because of voting, but my goodness.
Voting?
Yeah.
What are we voting for?
City officials. So the schools are used for polling sites, and so the schools are out today. So that's why you have not seen my kids this morning. They are knocked out. Speaking of sleep, was Dan Mullen asleep at his press conference yesterday?
Oh, Dan.
Was Dan Mullen asleep? Wake up, Dan. Does Dan Mullen think he is coaching at Utah as an assistant under Urban Meyer? Does Dan Mullen bump his head and is asleep in a coma? Like, what is going on with Dan Mullen? I think I know what's going on with Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen is tired. He's tired of y'all's crap.
Y'all's.
Everybody's. He's tired. He's tired.
We're tired of his crap.
No, we not. No, we not. I love his crap. I hope his crap is re-signed, and I hope his crap gets an extension.
Well, it's not going to.
In Florida. But Dan Mullen is tired. He's tired of y'all's crap. He's tired of the pressure inside of the SEC. He's over it. It sounded good to be a head coach when he was an offensive coordinator at Florida. Yes, man, my time. Look at Urban, man. Look at me. I'm the one working with Tim Tebow. I was working with Chris Leak. I was doing the work. I want to be a head coach. And he finally got his time to be a head coach. He went on to Mississippi State. And the little engine that could did everything that he could at Mississippi State. Went out, got Dak Prescott, and LSU didn't want him. But he wanted him. he turned him into a NFL starting quarterback, a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. He took Mississippi State to heights they had never been before. Number one in the country. Dan Mullen said, man, I need some better talent. If I want to really compete for a championship, I need better talent. I need a better job. And he still couldn't get one when he wanted to get one. He had to wait.
Because he's a cornball.
He had to wait. He had to wait for the right opening. Because if you're getting paid $4 million in Mississippi State, there's no point of taking a lateral job, making the same amount of money, and you don't have a true shot of winning a championship. So the job didn't really open up for him. The right job didn't open up for Dan Mullen. And then Florida opened up. And Florida opened up after Tennessee because Tennessee kind of looked at him, and there was some talk about Tennessee hiring Dan Mullen. Maybe I'm kind of glad it didn't happen, even though he's a dang good football coach, but it's more than just being a good football coach in this conference if you want to be successful. But anyways, I'll go back to the original point. The original point is he finally gets an opportunity at Florida. Finally gets it. Oh, yeah, it's time. Yo, Urban, look at me. Look at me, Urban. Look at me, Urban Meyer. I'm about to do it. I'm about to do the same thing you did, Urban. Here it comes. And he inherited some talent that was left over by the previous coach. Who was the previous coach? Was that Will Muschamp?
Mm-hmm. No, Jim McElwain. Hark Shumper. Or Shark Humper.
That was Jim McElwain. Jim McElwain was all right at recruiting. He was all right. He wasn't Will Muschamp. Will Muschamp was a beast on the recruiting trail. But he was all right. But still, Dan Mullen had some talent. And Dan Mullen took that talent, and last year was pretty damn good. Now it's time for Dan Mullen to show how he can recruit. And for the first time since Dan Mullen has been there, the cat is out the bag officially. Now, we've suspected that Dan Mullen not really serious about recruiting. We knew this when he was at Mississippi State. We knew this when his name was being mentioned for the last couple of years, that Dan Mullen really don't like recruiting that much. He likes signing day. You know why he likes signing day? Because he likes to show off his shoes. Look at my shoes, guys. My shoes helped me get this recruit. Signing day and SEC Media Days. Those are Dan Mullen's favorite offseason days because he can show off his shoes. Look at my shoes. Now I have Jordans. I used to have Yeezys when we was with Mississippi State, and I had Adidas. Now I got Jordans, everybody. Look at my shoes. Look at my shoes, recruit. Recruit, you can't afford these shoes, but I can. How you like that? How you like that? Let me rub these shoes in your face. You can't get them. If you get them, it's illegal, but I can get them. So let me rub them in your face. Don't you want to play for me because I got cool shoes? Shoes that you can't get right now?
He's going to rub what in their face?
Shoes.
His moose knuckle?
Shoes. The shoes in his face. And Dan Mullen had enough. The pressure. He had enough, man. Last year, he made a comment about COVID when Florida played on the road. Texas A&M got beat. And the fans went crazy. It was like there was no COVID in College Station. And Dan said, I want Florida to be like that. I want our crowd to be like that. And, you know, his comments was picked apart. He had to answer for those at the press conference. Probably got really annoyed. I would too if I was him. And then this year, he got comfortable. You can't get too comfortable. He's fed up. He's tired. But he got too comfortable. Man, he got comfortable. After a loss to a bitter in-division rival, Georgia, he was asked about recruiting. And boy, did Dan Mullen let his guard down. He got too comfortable. Dan Mullen says, we're in the season now. We'll do recruiting after the season. When it gets to recruiting time, we can talk about recruiting. Excuse me? Dan Mullen, shh. You get too comfortable, man. Too comfortable. He let it out. He's fed up and he let it out. He got too comfortable. He got too comfortable. He's had enough. He's had enough of your ish, Ben. You and your rivals in 247. He tired of y'all in these rankings.
Well,
He's tired of y'all in these stores. He's tired of y'all.
If he'd quit sucking, he wouldn't have to worry about us.
He's tired of y'all recruiting guys.
I get what Dan Mullen was trying to say. Like it did get taken out of context on Twitter, as if he meant, oh, I'll start recruiting when recruiting season gets here. That's not what he meant. He knows that Florida sucks in recruiting right now, so he didn't want to talk about recruiting. Now
It came out wrong.
It did. What he should have done is taken that opportunity to recruit right then and there.
Ooh, there you go, Ben. There you go.
I can play both sides. I can recognize that for the most part it was taken out of context, but also realize that it was a stupid comment because you could have taken advantage of the moment. You could have seized the moment, and you could have recruited right then and there, and talked about what you needed, and then went and sold it to a recruit. Hey, I even told the media that I need you. I tell you all the time, I need you. Look, I even told the media I need you.
This is the 20-second right here.
30.
30. This is a fool, right?
Yes.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry.
30-second timeout. No, I think I need a full timeout. Didn't Florida have like 2 or 3 decommitments in the last 2 weeks?
2 recently, 3 over the last month or so.
This is why.
And 2 of them are looking like they're going to go to Georgia after. Did you see Kirby Smart's comments after the Georgia-Florida game? You always got to be recruiting, because if you're not recruiting, somebody else is.
That's why Dan Mullen can't even get close to saying these words. I don't care if you feel like it's taken out of context or not. You can't even say anything close to this if you are Dan Mullen. You always be recruiting. That's what makes this conference so difficult. It's so challenging. It's why Mike Gundy was like, no. The idea of going to the SEC is going to get me some money, so I appreciate you, Tennessee, twice. But Mike Gundy likes hunting, likes fishing, likes going home early. Dude, I've heard Mike Gundy is at the house by 6, 7 o'clock. You can't do that in this conference. You got to talk to people. You got to talk to recruits. You got to play some Fortnite with them.
Fortnite.
You do. You got to talk to the recruits more than recruits talk to their girlfriends. This is what you have to do in the SEC. This is why it was terrible timing for Dan Mullen. Now, Florida. Let me holler at you, Florida. Officials at Florida, let me holler at you. Dan Mullen just made a mistake, okay? He's under a lot of stress. He's doing his best. He's a really good coach. He develops quarterbacks well. And can you do any better than Dan Mullen in Florida? Come on now. This was a mistake. Let's cancel all the media availability for the week. Oh, you already did that. No players can talk. Talking to the media for the players actually helps their profile a little bit, for NIL, but don't worry about that. Dan has nice shoes. Who cares about the players, all right? This is just a mistake, Florida. Don't hold this against Dan.
You can't tell Florida not to hold this against him while also throwing him under the bridge. You can't do both at the same time.
I can throw him under the bridge. I can pull him back up.
Okay, but don't tell Florida to keep him.
Give me your hand, Dan. I'll help you
and
up.
give him an extension while also pointing out how corny he is and about his shoes. Florida's going to hear that too.
Because it's about forgiveness, Ben. This is bigger than just comments. This is a life lesson about forgiveness and about helping your fellow man up. After you throw them under the bridge, you help them back up. This is what I'm doing with Dan Mullen. Come on, Dan. Pull your hand out. I'll help you up. Florida, Dan made a mistake. There's not a lot of coaches out here better than Dan Mullen. I'm not saying give him a 5-year extension, but, like a 2-year extension. 2-year extension. I'll give Tennessee just enough time. Anyways, don't do anything drastic, Florida. I mean, you don't want to be competing, with LSU, who's looking for a head coach. Florida, come on, you don't want to do that. LSU's a better job than Florida. Come on now. Keep Dan Mullen. Keep Dan Mullen. Don't worry, Florida. He's not going to the NFL because Dan Mullen wouldn't last a week in the NFL locker room.
Nah, he is way too corny.
Imagine him going to the NFL locker room going, hey, guys, look at my shoes. Shut up. Shut your up. Imagine Dan trying to be cool in front of the grown men. Hey, guys, what's up? How you doing? Hey, what's up? Leave. Imagine Dan's family member right before the game trying to kiss the players on the cheek. Ma'am, excuse me. I'm married. Move out my way. Trying to get ready for the game.
And you do not look as good as these other women.
Dan's family member get beat up before the game.
Which family member?
It's family member. So that's not a good fit. Dan Mullen in the NFL is not a good fit. So Florida, don't worry about him going anywhere. He is staying put at Florida. He's staying put. He's staying put. You cannot say that if you're Dan Mullen. You have to be the one who loves recruiting. Like if you go to a restaurant and you ask the waiter, and it's your first time, you ask the waiter, hey, what should I get? Is this place good? If the waiter says, man, it's all right. I mean, I'm just working here. Food's all right. Yeah, I don't really eat here. It ain't that good to me. Like, you're not going to want to eat there. You're going to leave. Dan Mullen is like, yeah, I don't like recruiting that much, is
as bad as it is for Dan Mullen to cancel media the rest of the week, again, like you said, not allowing players to expand their brand because of NIL and just canceling your own media availability because you are a coward. That's all bad, really bad. But it's better than him getting up there and talking. It's better for Dan Mullen to not speak at all.
Oh, yeah, for Dan. Yeah, for sure.
to get up there and talk for 30 minutes with the reporters because he's going to say something far worse during that media availability than the blowback he'll get for not talking.
You know what's annoying? It's the brutal truth, and you won't like it, and the people listening won't like it, but it's the truth. We can't beat him. We can't beat this dude right now. Now, times is coming.
Tennessee can't beat Florida.
Last time I checked, he was a coach of Florida. He's been the coach of Florida the last 2 years. We can't beat him. That's the thing that's annoying. We keep losing to this dude. We losing to this dude. And why can't we play Florida this week coming off a bye? Florida was at their peak when we played them. Look at them now. Look at them. Dan Mullen had to play Richardson against the number one team in the country, arguably the best defense we've seen in the last decade. He had to play him, Ben. That was a political move because Richardson is thinking about leaving. He had to play him. Had to. Dan Mullen's like, listen, man, this whole Florida thing with the politics and, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I kind of feel bad for Dan because I don't know what Dan's gonna do. I don't know where he's gonna go. He can't just leave and go to the NFL because I don't think he's NFL quality. He's at Florida So maybe he'll pull Jan McElwain and go, man, I'm going to coach football somewhere else. Give me my money. I just want to coach good football. The whole being at Florida and the brand and all that stuff, I don't need that. Just, man, let me go to Miami or something.
No. He needs to go back somewhere
TCU.
like Mississippi State that will appreciate all the corniness because he's winning 7-8 games a year, and occasionally he'll have 9 or 10 wins. He needs to go somewhere that is okay with those results, like a Mississippi State.
Shout out to Rachel Barbeau, who always chooses Joy. Why? Ben, because her middle name is Joy. Just a reminder.
Because Hugh Freeze told her to choose Joy.
No, because her middle name is actually Joy, and she is showing love to Tennessee fans. She did this last night on social media. She quote tweeted the video of the Michigan State fan base kicking some of the members of the fan base destroying a car. And Rachel says, and the Tennessee fans got lambasted for mustard and water bottles with what do you call this emoji, Ben?
Thinking emoji.
A thinking emoji. Listen, I'm not excusing any of it. I just think UT fans get unfairly jumped on by national media. A lot. P.S. I feel so terrible for whoever owns this car. Why? But the one dude, I want to know him. One dude was like, yo, what? Jumped in the middle. Was like, what are y'all doing? Y'all stupid. Stop. He's trying to stop everything. And there's some former Tennessee beat writers that, man, when they get off the Tennessee beat, they show acting brand new. Mm-hmm.
Who?
We know who you are. Acting real brand new. I can say names.
Why not?
I'm a subtweet. Acting real brand new. 865-255-03. Swain Event. Fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Be right back.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Hi there, Swain Event family. Are you in the market to purchase a home and a bit freaked out with the market right now? As someone who's been in your spot before, I'm familiar with what's going through your brain. And as a realtor, I've mastered the ins and outs of the buying process. When you work with me, you'll benefit from my experience, and together we'll work toward making sound, smart decisions for your future. And of course, talk a little Vol Sports along the way. Just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to hamptoninn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
around the SEC. They remember what you do in November. Everyone says that, Ben. Everybody, every player, every coach says that. They said it when I was playing. This is a time. This is a time when you crank it up. The transition from the third quarter to the fourth quarter, you see all the players on each sideline throwing up the fours. Throwing up the fours. We throwing up the ends for November. Put your ends up, Ben. Ben, participate. Ends for November. End. There you go. It's November time. Put your ends up. November. They remember what you do in November. For Tennessee, what a perfect game to start off the month. All right, Ben, what is for around the SEC?
Georgia at Tennessee next Saturday inside of Neyland Stadium will kick off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS.
That's a perfect time.
It is. It is. So Tennessee does, in fact, get an SEC on CBS game this year. So next Saturday, folks, you get to listen to Gary Danielson. Yes.
Ben, why is this game the homecoming game? Who has that answer? Can we find out who was in charge of that decision?
It wasn't me. I can tell you that.
I know that.
It was
Shaggy.
not me.
I know that.
Yeah,
it wasn't me. I know it wasn't you. I'm trying to find out who it was, though.
I don't know why you would make this the homecoming game.
I know it's not Danny White because he just got here. Who
Well,
decided that this was a homecoming game? When did we start booking SEC games for homecoming? When did that start?
Well, I did not even know homecoming was next Saturday. So does it even really matter in the grand scheme of things? Because homecoming is not what it is, what it used to be, or what it was in high school.
I mean, just homecoming is supposed to be a game that's played at noon against South Alabama.
Or Vanderbilt.
No, not even a Vanderbilt. I mean, Vanderbilt's an SEC team. Sort of, in football. But you get what I'm saying. Stay focused, Ben. Homecoming is supposed to be against a team that you pay in November, that you play at noon. Why? Because now you can go out after the game and get your party on. Drop down and get your eagle on. You could have time to do that. The parties. Who decided to mess with tradition? Who decided that? I want to know whose decision was to say, hey, you know what? I got a good idea. Let's book Georgia for homecoming. Let's change it up.
It'd just be even better once Tennessee upsets number 1 Georgia. What I don't understand is why next Saturday at 7 p.m. on ESPN2, when Kentucky travels to Nashville to take on Vanderbilt, who decided at Vandy that it was a good idea to black out? To do a blackout.
What's going on?
Vanderbilt is doing a blackout next Saturday for when it hosts Kentucky. How does that make sense? Why would you do that? So
they need to
that is for
they need to do a come out.
No.
Just come to the game.
Yeah, now they all
do that first.
They are wearing like brand new all black unis, so they'll be blacked out in terms of the uniform. But
Ben,
it's gonna be a lot of blue in that stadium
and a lot of silver. You cannot do a blackout, a gold out, a blue out, a red out, a orange out. You can't do none of those outs
The comments are hilarious.
Unless you have at least 90% attendance. At least. Like I was at the Ole Miss game, and there were some empty seats up top, and like it didn't look right because I thought it was checker kneeling with orange and white, not checker kneeling with orange, white, and silver. Vanderbilt doing a blackout?
Yep.
Let me check these comments out.
Oh, it's hilarious. What y'all gonna do? Spray paint the bleachers black?
I don't even smoke, and I'm laughing like a smoker.
Speaking of Vanderbilt, 4-star freshman defensive lineman Marcus Bradley, who Tennessee recruited under Jeremy Pruitt, he has entered the transfer portal.
Who?
Marcus Bradley.
Where?
A Vanderbilt defensive lineman who Pruitt recruited.
I'm good. Nah, man.
LSU quarterback Miles Brennan is in the transfer portal. Waited 3 years to start at LSU. Got injured 3 games into his first year in 2020. Then broke his arm before the 2021 fall camp. Miles Brennan, a pretty good quarterback. He is in the transfer portal because he has run into a lot of bad luck injury-wise. I want to run through the SEC Player of the Week following week at 9 real quick before we get to a lengthy article about Dan Mullen and Florida.
If Tennessee brings in a quarterback transfer, the first question of the interview needs to be, so, how do you feel about being Hendon Hooker's backup next year? Something you okay with?
Well, first let's make sure Hendon Hooker returns before we ask those questions.
Hey, man. Hendon, you want some of this NIL money, man? Huh, Hendon? You want some of this NIL money? Hendon, let me holler at you.
Lord knows you've made all the money in Knoxville this fall and could help out from all the stuff you've been doing.
Hendon. I got 5 on it right here. Hendon, you want some of this NIL money to come back? Let's go.
The SEC Offensive Players of the Week were Mississippi State quarterback Will Rogers and Missouri running back Tyler Beatty.
Oh, that's a typo.
Rogers was 33 of 36, as we discussed yesterday, and broke the single-season school record for completions on the season with 327. Completed an SEC record 92.3% of his attempts, 36 of 39, beating Josh Dobbs' previous 91.2%. Dobbs was 31 of 34 against Vanderbilt in 2016, and Will Rogers broke his record by 1.1% because they both only had 3 incompletions, but Will Rogers had more attempts, so he had a higher completion percentage. Poor Dobbs.
Yeah, because he had a great performance and they still lost, but also, his record is broken. But, records are meant to be broken, right? Here's a funny thing. Kentucky basically had, and I'm pretty sure they take pride in their defense. Mark Stoops is a defensive coach, but they let Will Rogers go for an SEC record. SEC record of efficiency, of accuracy. And here's the thing that's funny. And I'm laughing about it even though we play them next. You would think, no. We don't want that to happen because, now they're gonna play the best game against us. They're gonna go back and fix it. Nah, man, they don't have no time to fix that. You don't have no time to fix being able to go up against a up-tempo offense, offense that throws the football and makes you guard every blade of grass. That is an off-season project. I'm laughing because Kentucky has to go up against it again with a quarterback who is not as accurate as Will Rogers, but, man, he can beat you with his legs. And he can make plays because he has receivers that are arguably better than Mississippi State's receivers. Mm-hmm. And Kentucky can't do anything about it in this a short amount of time to fix it. That's why I'm laughing. Oh, man, it's going to be fun this weekend. Just hope we don't turn the ball over and mess it up.
Tyler Beatty set career highs for carries, rushing yards, and all-purpose yards in Missouri's win over Vanderbilt. He had 31 carries.
That explains it.
For 254 yards and had 294 all-purpose yards. Auburn linebacker Jacoby Mclean was the defensive Player of the Week, along with Nolan Smith of Georgia. McLean at Auburn had a game-high 14 tackles against Ole Miss. He had 2 sacks and 2 tackles for loss. Nolan Smith at Georgia had 4 tackles, a half a tackle for a loss, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and his first career interception during Georgia's win over Florida. Missouri kicker Harrison Mevis was the Special Teams Player of the Week. Auburn defensive lineman Colby Wooden was the Defensive Player of the Week, or the Defensive Lineman of the Week. LaQuinston Sharp, the center at Mississippi State, was the Offensive Lineman of the Week. And Kentucky linebacker Trevin Wallace was the Freshman of the Week. And I paused because I don't understand how a team can lose so bad and you be named a Player of the Week.
You know, Tennessee had a bye week.
But there is that. I wanted to discuss this article that was in The Athletic yesterday morning.
Interesting.
Did you see the Florida beat writer go call up some other SEC coaches and get their thoughts on what's happening at Florida?
I did see a little bit of the comments, but, you know, my friend who has a subscription did not send me the article.
It helps if you ask and communicate that you want to read the article.
I've been hanging out with people that are not good at communicating, so my bad.
Must have been hanging out with, never mind. One SEC East coach said of Florida that they just don't play hard. Georgia is trying to rip your head off. They might be up 30-0, and their linebackers are flying upfield to get after your ASS. Florida is a finesse team. Kentucky plays hard. You watch Florida on tape. They've got skill, but they're not physical. One SEC offensive coach whose team faced Florida earlier this year. They play with zero discipline. They don't play hard. We were more physical and much better than them in the box, said another SEC offensive coach. We were mauling them. Another SEC offensive coach, we thought going in that it was going to be one of the best defenses we faced, but they just weren't physical. They don't look motivated, not fired up, no juice. Schematically, they make no adjustments on defense. They have no answers. They'll stay in a too-high shell as long as they can. They walk Jeremiah Moon down to create a 5-man front and think they can stop the run with just that, but they can't. Another SEC offensive coach says Todd Grantham spends all of his time on third down packages with exotic pressures. You can run the ball on them on third downs. There's no one in their front seven that scares you. They used to have defensive ends that were pass rush phenoms. They used to have shutdown corners. They don't have either now.
Sounds like a bunch of hating to me.
I love it.
Sounds like some hating, Florida AD. I wouldn't even pay attention to it. They just jealous they not at Florida. They hating. Ignore it, Scott Strickland. Ignore that. They just hating. They just hating on Dan Mullen. They wish they could be Dan.
That's right. They wish they could be Dan. They even throw Dan under the bus in his offense. It's been more of a throwing-based offense. They only run the ball as a changeup. When you get that way, you're naturally not going to be as physical. You need to practice against the run in order to create a culture of physicality. Georgia is trying to take your soul the way they play the game. That's not how Florida plays. Last year we thought these guys were soft on the O-line, but they had skill guys. Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney and weapons. We thought they were more physical up front, but then you play them and they're just not a tough team. They just don't finish. They don't string.
Oh man,
Dan's not gonna make it.
Scott Strickland, this is a witch hunt. This is a hit piece, and you need to ignore it.
Here's the one I loved. You look at them in warm-ups, guys with their T-shirts hanging out. They look sloppy, a little too nonchalant, too ragtag. They think they're better than they are. You listen to some of the things Mullen says after his teams lose. He starts talking about stats and how we really outplayed them. Basically, he's just making excuses. Your bunch makes mistakes in critical moments.
Somebody from Kentucky say that?
Probably.
Because didn't that happen in the Kentucky game? Ooh, that was That hit home right there. Strickland, stay focused, man. This is garbage. This is trash. This is a hit piece. Ignore it. You stand by your coach. You lock arms. You give him an extension. 2 years. Just enough time for Josh Heupel to get things right.
I just don't get the sense that Dan Mullen is as obsessive about recruiting as Saban, Kirby, Orgeron, and even Ryan Day are. That's how those guys are when it comes to recruiting. That's how Urban was back when he was at Florida. Ultimately, at that stage, your head coach is so critical. Mullen is just not as dialed in, and you can't be that way if you're going to be competing for #1 classes.
I'm with you, Ballstorm. Don't pay attention, Florida AD. This is rat poison.
Well,
yes.
the good news is I don't think the Georgia AD is paying attention because he's too busy trying to make sure he saves his own job.
Oh, yeah, they in that bunker.
Mike White hasn't been ideal. Dan Mullen hasn't worked out. Remember the incident with the Florida women's basketball coach that we talked about before the season?
Yep.
O'Sullivan, the baseball coach, has had some interesting storylines.
Yep. Like I said, the segment ago, I was like, hey, all this stuff that's going on, it hurts because we still haven't beaten them. So, golly, we gotta beat these dudes, man. We gotta beat them. Like, this stuff doesn't happen at the beginning of the season. The implosion from Will Muschamp, Jim McElwain, this stuff happens in November. Like the whole phrase, they remember what you do in November, Florida takes it in a different direction. Their implosion happens in November, and it's after Tennessee plays them. It's after Florida plays their best game, like against Tennessee. So, Ken, on-brand Ken and Rodney mentioning, hey, we can't, we ain't been able to beat them. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said previous segment.
That's right, Ken. But the stuff that's going on at Florida right now is sort of kind of the biggest story in the SEC right now.
It's the biggest story. Yep.
It may be the biggest story in college football, aside from who is LSU, who is USC, who are those schools going to hire. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, it's the biggest story in the SEC, without a doubt. I mean, they shut down all of their media availability for the rest of the week, except for Dan's midweek teleconference.
Who does Dan Mullen think he is? Lincoln Riley?
Yeah, man, that's a pretty big story, guys. Let's see. Let me get down here in the text box. Let me get on down here in the text box before we take a break at the top of the hour. Brent from chat says Franklin takes LSU job, Mullen takes Penn State just to get out of the SEC. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little shakeup.
I do think that it's just at this point I would be surprised if Dan Mullen is the coach at Florida next year.
Yeah.
Which I hope does not come to fruition because I want Dan Mullen to be there for another year or two so Tennessee can get him. But that's just leading towards a breakup. It's just a matter of when, in my opinion.
The same way that people are happy that Tennessee hasn't figured it out yet, getting everybody on the same page with the AD and the head coach, is the same way that we looked at Georgia for so long when Mark Richt was there. Mark Richt was good, but we knew that they were not maximizing their capabilities. Well, Kirby Smart has taken Georgia to another level. Florida is not maximizing their capabilities. And so you want, even though Tennessee is struggling against Florida with Dan Mullen, you don't want them to go hire another Urban Meyer, Ken and Rodney. Hour 2 coming up. When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs.
With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Good morning, Swain Event family. Several of you, like Ben McKee, have reached out to me for real estate assistance this year, and I want to say thank you. I appreciate your trust in me to ask questions and help you navigate the real estate world.
That's right, Jennifer. Buying a home is a scary process, especially for a first-time home buyer. Jennifer recently helped my wife and I buy our first home and made the entire process seamless. Her willingness to go above and beyond is what sets her apart.
As always, feel free to give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Touchdown turnover back by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the place where you belong, better rates and better service. Tonight you have the first college football rankings. They really matter? Nah, not really, but it's the first week, and for TV rankings, that's what people care about, right? They want to hype it up for rankings, but does it really matter? No, because you still got 4 more games to play in the regular season, and then you still have the conference championship. So there's a lot of work to be done for teams to get themselves in one of those 4 places. My question to you, Ben, today, and to our listeners, should Michigan State be higher rated than Oklahoma? So tonight, we're going to see Georgia, probably number 1, right? We're probably going to see Cincinnati in there. They're undefeated. You have a 7-1 Alabama team. You have a 9-0 Oklahoma team. You have a Michigan State team that's 8-0. You have a Ohio State team that's 7-1. You have an Oregon team that's 7-1. These teams are all kind of jumbled in together. But mainly the top 5, Michigan State, Oklahoma, Alabama, Cincinnati, Georgia. Who's going to get left out tonight? Somebody's going to get left out of the top 4. Does it matter? Not really, because Michigan State is going to play Ohio State a little bit later. It's going to wash out. Can Oklahoma continue to go on their run? And they've been cheating death for weeks and weeks now. They haven't been playing great. They play Oklahoma State a little bit later on in the season, who is ranked 11th. They're 7-1, so that may wash out. We'll see. But for touchdown turnover purposes, right now, will we see Michigan State be ahead of Oklahoma in tonight's release of the first college football playoff? Touchdown turnover, Michigan State will be ahead of Oklahoma tonight.
Will they?
Will they? Or how about this? Should they?
I think that they should.
There we go.
Will
Should
they is a different question. Oklahoma has the week off. I'm trying to see what Oklahoma is in the AP poll. They're 4th.
4th. Yep.
And they have a big game against a good Baylor team next weekend. Oklahoma off this week. Michigan State 5th. I think they should be. I think Michigan State's resume is better. A win over number 6 Michigan at the time. A really convincing road win over Miami, and that's a Miami team that has turned their season around. They're 4-4, but 2 of their losses are to Michigan State and Alabama. And they have looked much better the last couple of weeks. So I think Michigan State's resume looks better, and I think they pass the eye test as well, whereas Oklahoma does not pass the eye test whatsoever. And they don't really have a signature win. I mean, I guess the 55-48 win over then-ranked number 21 Texas in the Cotton Bowl. That's their best win, and I think both I'd say Michigan State's win over Miami is about the same as Oklahoma's win over Texas. Maybe Oklahoma's is more impressive just because it's a rivalry game. Now Michigan State did have to go down to Miami and beat the brakes off of them. Oklahoma had to really come back and beat Texas. But I think Michigan State's win over Michigan is better than any win Oklahoma has on the schedule. And again, and you said it yourself, Oklahoma's been flirting with death week after week after week, it seems like. And they're convincing wins this past Saturday against a Texas Tech team that just fired its coach. Western Carolina 76-0, and TCU 52-31. And Gary Patterson was essentially he was just fired. They did not try to buff that one up or make it look prettier than what it was. So I say Michigan State should be ranked ahead of Oklahoma. And you know what? I'll say that they should be. I think that they should, and I'll say that they will be ranked ahead of Oklahoma because I do think that there's a narrative of same old Oklahoma going on. And these are humans making the selections today, and I think that they feel the same way as the public does when it comes to Oklahoma skating by and nothing ever really changing with Oklahoma.
Yeah, man, it's touchdown for me. I think they should be ranked above OU. And don't you have OU fatigue?
Yes, I do.
I mean, I know other people can say the same thing. I think I have OU fatigue. I want to see somebody else get a shot. I want to see somebody else that deserves a shot, that earned a shot. Like, I want to see someone else in there. And I think Michigan State win against Michigan is more impressive than any win that Oklahoma has had. And they were messing around with Kansas 2 weeks ago. Now, they did take care of business against Texas Tech, but you just mentioned, they just fired their head coach. But their performance against Kansas was just absolutely terrible, playing down the competition. We'll see what happens when they have this off week and then they go and play Baylor. Baylor is a football team that's dang good and put the slap down on Texas this past weekend. But I like what Michigan State is doing, and Mel Tucker should be a National Coach of the Year candidate, in my opinion, man. Being last in their division last year, getting all these transfers, and then boom, putting it together. And right now they have a chance to winning a championship, winning a conference championship. Now their matchup against Ohio State here in a couple weeks is going to be epic. Pretty sure College Game Day will be there for that one. But that's today's touchdown turnover, man. We'll break it up a little bit. Break it up. Get outside the SEC. Get outside of the Tennessee a little bit. Okay. Text box. Get to the text box. Text box. Rodney says, Ben, I am on brisket overload, and I still have half left. Swain can go on the road with that brisket. All my siblings were licking their fingers. If that ham is half as good as that brisket, then y'all should be in heaven. So, yeah, my man Rodney in Austell, man, he was up in East Tennessee over the weekend. So I smoked him a brisket to take with him, with his family, a little family outing in the mountains. And I didn't even taste it. I just smoked it, did some burn-ins for him. I didn't even taste it. Just here you go. Here you go. Gave it to him, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, Rodney. Glad you enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun making. The process is what I enjoy. The whole process, because it is a process dealing with brisket, man. 865-255-5503 is our telephone number. People on the text box know who exactly I'm talking about. The media member that just forgot everything when they was here covering Tennessee, man. They sure had some positive energy, positive vibes.
That person also was real slick at times as well.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't.
Yesterday was not surprising.
But most of the time he was pretty spot on.
It's easier for him to throw shade now, when he doesn't have to come on over to campus and be in the facility.
Mm-hmm. And but there's a couple guys that's not covering the team anymore, and man, they got a lot of stuff to say now. That tone is different. And I'm not one of these guys that reacts the same way every time someone says something critical of Tennessee. The first thing that I ask myself when I hear something critical of Tennessee is he right? Because I can take constructive criticism, and I can take criticism. It doesn't bother me. Are they right? I ask myself that, and then I ask myself, okay, is it fair? Because if it's fair, like, I'm not someone that always is on the defense. I think some of our fans are. It doesn't matter if it's fair or if it's accurate. You just don't want to hear anything negative. You just don't want to hear it, and you're always on the defense. I'm not always on the defense. But if it's unfair, if it's inaccurate, then I don't have a problem with it. And it's repetitive, like, oh my gosh. Is it any more obvious that when someone needs some interaction, when you need some run, when you need some clicks, all you got to do is poke the Tennessee fans? That's all you got to do. And the sooner you realize that and just ignore it, the better you'll be. Anyone talking about Tennessee fans from the Ole Miss game right now, they're struggling. They need some attention. Just ignore them. That's what I do. All right.
Here's a good question here on the text box from South Pittsburgh Vol.
South Pittsburgh Vol.
I've seen 3 bowl projection games for Tennessee against Texas, Penn State, and Clemson. Who would you rather the Vols play?
Clemson.
I'll take any 3 in a bowl game I think Tennessee has a chance to beat any of those three. Now, I think a win over Clemson is more likely than Texas, because I think Texas is a better football team right now than Clemson. But I say I'll take any of the three, because a win over Texas, a win over Penn State, a win over Clemson, regardless of what those teams have done this year, regardless of where Texas is at year one under Steve Sarkisian, Penn State been a little banged up, especially at quarterback, and I don't think James Franklin's going to be at Penn State much longer. I think it's just a matter of time before he's gone.
Ooh, his press conference.
As well. Cringeworthy. More cringeworthy than the Dan Mullen. What he said last week, when the time's right, I'll sit down with you media members and we'll talk about college football. That was worse than Dan Mullen's comments yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we probably need to pull that up to give people some context on what James Franklin actually, really said when he was asked about other jobs. And that's a lose-lose. If you are a coach that has coached your way into a position where other schools want you and everyone knows it, and then you're asked about it, you can't be honest.
No.
You can't be. If you are a coach who is genuine, like imagine if Josh Heupel was put in that position. And Josh Heupel seems to be very, very genuine, very honest from what we've seen so far. But let's take the most honest, genuine coach that, you can think of. David Cutcliffe, Pat Fitzgerald, David Shaw, just good dudes. And they have coached themselves to a position where other schools want them. And midseason, someone comes up to them and asks them, "Hey, what about this job? Or do you see yourself being here for a long time?" And what is that coach supposed to say? He's in a lose-lose situation, because if he tells the truth, his team is not going to play hard anymore. And if he lies about it, it's going to come out, and then he's going to be looked upon as a liar. Like, it's a lose-lose.
Yep, it is.
And the solution is you have to lie. Like, you just have to lie about it. You have a choice.
You either have to go Mike Tomlin on folks and hope that those comments don't come back to bite you in the butt, or you just say you're not going to talk about it. And even if you say, I'm not going to discuss that, then that's just going to get the rumors spinning even more. I'll pull up those James Franklin comments here in just a moment. CJ Vaughn asked for them as well to give context. But to finish that thought, like I know Penn State's been dealing with some drama, been banged up, and I know Clemson is what Clemson is this year. They're not a good football team. The way Tennessee is viewed as just completely irrelevant in the college football landscape, a win over Penn State, Clemson, Texas, regardless of those teams' circumstances, would be huge for perception and absolutely huge for the program. Not only for perception amongst the college football world, and that's not even why you should do something to increase your perception in college football. I'm so more so wanting to increase the perception on the recruiting trail that Josh Heupel really has this thing going in the right way. So, yeah, I would pick Clemson out of those three, because I think Clemson's the worst football team of the three, and I think it'd be hilarious to watch Josh Heupel beat Dabo in the Liberty Bowl or the Music City Bowl. That would be amazing. But just any of those three, I think it would be absolutely huge for the program, just when you look at the brand names that they would be beating.
It's Clemson. And it's Clemson by a long shot for me, because although you do recruit against every school in the country, you don't really recruit head-to-head with Penn State. You don't really recruit head-to-head with Texas. But you do recruit more head-to-head against Clemson, because Clemson is just 3 hours away. It's in the same geological footprint as Tennessee. So, for me, it's Clemson. And it's not even close. Yes, Clemson is the worst football team out of the three, but 2 years ago, Clemson was playing a national championship game, or competing for a chance to win a national championship. No, 2 years ago they did. They lost to LSU. And here they are in this vulnerable position, and whoever's going to play Clemson in the bowl game, man, you got an opportunity to capitalize off them struggling this year. With all that talent they have on their team, now the depth is not great, but you look at the recruiting rankings and they have cleaned up. That perception can help you in recruiting if you beat Clemson. So for me, I'm picking Clemson. I want to play them. I want to play them in the bowl game. CJ Vol, yep.
I've got the James Franklin clip right here.
All right. Play that thing, folk.
We will. This is him being asked about other coaching job rumors and his future at Penn State.
Important to me. I think I have shown my loyalty to this team, to this program, to this community. I think I've been pretty consistent with that. There's times that you're put in challenging situations, and I just always want to be able to, when I say something, it's done, and it's in stone. And when you're talking about the future, that can be challenging at times. So I am fiercely loyal to Penn State. I am fiercely loyal, most importantly, to these players and the staff. But there's a lot of moving parts with all of these things. There's a lot of moving parts, some of which we have talked about in the past.
Yeah, James is saying a whole bunch of nothing.
I think he's saying a whole lot of something without saying. He's saying a whole lot of something while saying a whole bunch of nothing. I'm fiercely loyal to the players, to Penn State, but he slipped that "but" in there, and that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, he said a whole bunch of nothing, in my opinion, because the answer was way too long. Let me keep it short and sweet. He's saying a whole bunch of nothing because we know what he wants to do. Man, that dude's trying to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And Tennessee wasn't a train wreck that it was this point last year. He might have been here.
Yeah,
but I won't. I just keep that.
I think if the NCAA investigation did not exist, I think James Franklin would probably be your head football coach right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least there was a good chance of that happening.
Mm-hmm. Brad says word is on Hooker he can't play in cold weather. Can someone be considered a draft pick and can't play in cold weather? I have not heard that narrative.
I have not either. I guess we'll find out Saturday.
We will find out Saturday because it's supposed to be cold in Lexington.
I am going to die.
I don't get it, man. I don't get Lexington weather. I mean, it's just 3 hours away. It's just 3 hours away. What is the temperature here?
We got to go up the mountains, and elevation is different.
It's man, one of the coldest games I've ever played in was at Kentucky my freshman year. And I remember, and this probably explains why we came out and played the way we played in the first half. But I remember, like, when we had to punt on fourth down, and the offense came to the sideline, and I remember the race to the heaters, the jockeying for position. Move. Get out of the way. The jockeying for position to get to those heaters. Probably explains why we played so bad in the first quarter. It was so cold, man. And it doesn't make any sense because it's like 3 hours away. It's down the street. But it's so cold in Lexington, man. And we'll find out this week. We'll find out. The low's supposed to be 29. Ooh. And around kickoff is supposed to be mid-30s, which that ain't bad. That's not bad.
Mid-30s isn't bad? Have you lost your mind?
It's not bad if you are playing. It's bad for you if you're just sitting there. But if you are playing, running around, there's going to be some guys that's going to be sweating, and you're going to see steam come off their head because they'll be sweating. So the players will be fine. You won't be. So bundle up, Buttercup.
Well, thankfully, Kentucky's press box is a closed press box.
Well, you'll be all right then. Why are you complaining?
Well, your comment was simply mid-30s isn't that bad.
No, it ain't that bad. For a player, it's not. And it won't be for you because you're going to be inside. Now, the fans that's going to the game and won't have the luxury of, the heating where the press box is or the heat on the sideline, then, you better bundle up. You might want to bring a blanket.
When I was at that 17? Yeah, the 2017 Tennessee-Kentucky game in Lexington, the one where I always talk about Jeff George catching a Hail Mary at the 2-yard line.
Let it go, Ben. It's okay.
I can't let it go. It still pisses me off to that day.
What was he supposed to do? Not catch it?
I'd rather him not catch it.
Who are you mad at?
I would rather him not catch it than catch it at the 2-yard line.
Who are you mad at, Ben?
I'm mad at Tennessee's luck because that is the most Tennessee play ever. Only Tennessee would lose to Kentucky as they are catching a Hail Mary at the freaking 2-yard line. Only Tennessee. Just don't catch it. Just let it hit the ground.
No, you got to try to catch it and
no,
try to score.
What's the difference?
Hey, man, you try to score, man. You try to score.
But that game was miserably cold. That's the coldest game I've ever sat through. I was bundled up. Me and my dad, we were bundled up. And my dad's like you. He doesn't get the cold weather does not bother him. And even he was bundled up and cold.
Man, listen, if I was going to that game this weekend and I'd sit mid-30s, I would be bundled up too, man. I'm not gonna just sit in there for 3.5 hours with shorts on. That's just crazy.
You would probably show up in shorts and Crocs and no socks on. Get my feet sweat. Although I don't understand how your feet sweat in Crocs yet, or without socks, but yet they don't sweat without socks. Like Crocs make my feet sweat if I don't have socks on. How is that not possible for you?
Ben, are you questioning God's creation?
I'm questioning you.
Do not question God's creation.
I am
He made me this way.
I'm questioning how God made you, yes.
He made me. He made me like this. You do not question God's creation. He was having a good day that day when he made your boy. Don't question his work. Don't question his work, Ben. 865-255-03. Got some good stuff here on text box we'll go to after this. Stay with us.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm, let us help. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Don't remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
All right, it's time for Attaboy here on the program. Highlight positivity. Attaboy is brought to you by Iris Networks, which is a positive decision to make if you are a business owner because you can benefit from 90 days of no payments when you switch your business internet, fiber internet, and voice over to Iris Networks. Their website, irisnetworksusa.com. Ben, what do you have for today's Attaboy?
I am giving Grant Williams an attaboy because the Celtics yesterday announced that they had picked up his 4th-year option on his contract. So he will be back with the Celtics next year and earn $4.3 million.
Quick. Volunteer fund. Call up Grant Williams. Perfect time to ask for a donation. We know you got it, Grant. We know you got it.
I got a letter in the mail last week.
We know you got it, Grant. We saw the news.
He's off to a nice start this year, averaging 9.8 points per game, shooting 50% from three. That'll obviously come down to earth a little bit. And according to the Boston Globe, the 6'6" forward has shown value as a small ball center in Boston's more versatile lineups. So shout out to Grant. His 4th year on his rookie contract has been picked up by the Celtics. So,
good job, Grant. Love it, man. Love it.
Unless the Celtics trade him, then he'll be a Celtic for a 4th year.
Hey, as long as he's getting paid, and as long as he's in the NBA, so we can use it for our marketing purposes. That's all I care about.
That's right.
Stay in the league, Grant. Stay getting paid. Stay making plays. I don't care if it's with the Celtics, if it's with the Heat, if it's with my Chicago Bulls. Huh? Just saying.
You're annoying. You are an annoying sports fan. You act like you don't care when they suck. And then something good happens, and you're quick to jump back on the bandwagon.
Ben, I have been a Bulls fan since the 90s, and I've been patient.
Yes, but you officially declared that you were jumping off last year.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
No, you're not.
I'm done. Listen, I told you during the break.
I think you should jump back on.
No, I told you during the break.
But you're still a whack sports fan.
No, I told you during the break that I saw a fire Chicago Bulls T-shirt last week, and I did not get it. Did not get it because I thought about you. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get it, man. I said I'm not on the Bulls fan wagon anymore. I'm just a player fan now. But I'm happy that the Bulls are doing well.
Lame. Player fans are lame.
The Bulls are number 1 in the East right now. 6-1. Ooh, woo.
Must be nice to play in the East.
Got the number 1 seed in the East right now. The Bulls, baby.
Only 55 more games to go. Like that math?
Yeah, I thought they played 82 games.
Yeah.
55. That's not right.
I know. 75.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. Still love you. That's that triple O math right there.
You got to carry the one. You got to carry the two.
Got to carry the one. Why got to carry anything when the number is 0? 0 wins triple O.
Ooh.
0.
I know they're not winning next Sunday.
Triple O, you got some nerve to be messaging me on Twitter. You got some. When is for what? It's for what next?
Yeah, we'll do for what next.
You got some nerve, Triple O, be messaging me.
The Lions play this week. The
talking
Lions
NFL football.
Don't play this week. The Lions' next game is against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You got some nerve, Triple O.
Next Sunday. Speaking of the Detroit Lions, I do have an attaboy. I actually have a clip from Dan Campbell's press conference yesterday that I actually wanted to play here on the show because it involves a former Vol getting an attaboy. So here's Dan Campbell, 30 seconds talking about a former Tennessee Vol.
That's why I can't wait to watch the tape tomorrow, because what you see, I'll use a great example. As I'm watching this, and it's brutal, and it's 5 minutes left in the game, or whatever that is, and you look at the scoreboard, and you look out on the field, and you're watching your defense, and I'm watching Jalen Reeves-Maben like all out, every play, trying to get a turnover, running through gap, trying to make a play, running behind, making a tackle, running to the sideline, and that's what I'm looking for.
Shout out to Jalen Reeves-Maben. You love to see it. In the midst of getting beaten down 44-6 by the lousy Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles stink this year, which they do every year. They are a little brother in the state of Pennsylvania, but that's neither here nor there. This crappy football team is beating down the Detroit Lions, and Jalen Reeves-Maben is still out here giving his all for Detroit.
You know you messed up, right?
How?
Before you played the clip, what did you describe Jalen Reeves-Maben as?
That's a former Vol.
Yeah.
You'll get over it. VFL Jalen Reeves-Maben.
There you go. Former Vol linebacker. Thank you, Ben. I'm not gonna keep reminding you, Ben. I'm not gonna keep reminding you. I'll make you go outside and pick out your own switch here in a minute. Let's see here. Oh, good question from Raleigh Vol. Alontae Taylor or Warren Burrell on Waddell Robinson all game? Or do you even assign one player to Robinson?
I don't think that they'll really assign somebody to Wan'Dale Robinson because I think they'll be double teaming him so much that it's not going to come down to one guy having to try to stop him. And when it does come down to one guy, I kind of think it'll be Theo Jackson because Wan'Dale likes to line up in the slot. And Kentucky likes to use two tight ends a bunch. And only two receivers, and Wan'Dale's usually in the slot, which would match up Theo Jackson on him. And honestly, I have more faith in Theo than I do Alontae or Warren Burrell. So I don't think you'll see one guy with that responsibility.
I don't think we are good enough at corner to do that, to be honest. I don't think, this is not Cam Sutton.
Maybe if you had Cam Sutton.
Yeah, this is not
Sean Galton.
Yeah, this is not that type of secondary. I mean, I think it's a solid secondary, but I don't think we have that one guy that's superior than everyone else as far as coverage to say, all right, we're gonna assign you to Waddell Robinson. I think you play him normal, but you identify where he is on every play. Hey, there's number one. There's number one. I mean, every play, whether he's in or not. Oh, number one, he's going to the bathroom. There he goes. Hey, man, make sure you courtesy flush, Waddell. You have to know where he is every play. He is that good. And he's used by Kentucky. It's one thing to be good, but, they don't ever use you, kind of like Alvin Kamara here in Tennessee, right?
You didn't have to mention that.
I'm just saying, I'm just using an example so people can get that visual. So, it's one thing to be good. It's another thing to actually be good and used. Good and used. Kind of like Velus Jones last year, right? He wasn't
going to fight you.
All right. So, they use him. they target him. In their offensive meeting room, they say, okay, we got to get the ball to our guy at least 10 times. We have to get him touches. You watch him on film, you see the effort to get him the football. It doesn't matter if it's reverses, screens, short passes. It doesn't matter. They will find him and they will hit him. So if you are Tennessee, please, guys, you got to run to the football. And please, get down in a stance, get into a tackling stance, keep your eyes on his thighs. Don't end up on SportsCenter, because this dude will shake the hair grease out of your head if you're not careful.
What if I don't use hair grease? Well, I guess
he will shake the dandruff out of your head. How about that?
I guess that's why there's no white guys on defense.
He will shake your ankles loose. He'll have your MCL on the 50-yard line if you are not careful. Please don't be that guy.
What does it mean for Tennessee's defense that they don't really have somebody else to account for in terms of Kentucky receivers? Like with Alabama, you had to worry about Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, yeah.
And then John Mechie might be better than Jameson Williams.
They both went 400.
Yeah, and both are probably going to be first-round picks,
Yep.
those two at Alabama.
said Bofa.
Yes, Bofa. Whereas Kentucky, I mean, you have Josh Ali. He's a solid receiver for Kentucky, but nobody that's going to keep Tim Banks up at night. Josh Ali is not. Wan'Dale Robinson is going to keep Tim Banks up at night this week. Josh Ali, some of those other receivers, DeMarcus Harris, who's played fairly well of late. Isaiah Epps, they're not going to keep Tim Banks up at night. There's not a bona fide number 2 behind Wan'Dale Robinson. Like I don't know that any of those Kentucky receivers that I just mentioned. I don't think that any of them would be top 3 in Tennessee's rotation. So what does it do for a defense, Tennessee's defense, that they can lock in really on just Wan'Dale Robinson?
There's no one else that I'm afraid of like that. I mean,
but how big of a benefit is it to Tennessee that they can solely key in on stopping Wan'Dale Robinson, or try to at least?
Yeah, I mean, I just think you pay attention to him. I don't think it's a situation where like you leave other guys open. I know that's not what you're trying to say, but I think you got to account for him, because Wan'Dale Robinson can beat you. Like, he is worth 7 points. 6 points easy. And you saw what he did against Florida. You have to account for him. Mississippi State accounted for him. You have to know where he is, because he can beat you. If I pull up the Mississippi State Kentucky game stats and you go and look at what Robinson did in that game, he probably got his. I mean, he had 1 carry for 4 yards. He had 9 receptions for 79 yards. No touchdowns, though. So he's going to get his. See, I guessed it. I didn't know what his numbers was, but I just watched Kentucky this year, and I know they attempt to get him the football. You just can't let him go berserk and go get 2 touchdowns or a touchdown that's easy. Like let him get his little 8 yards average. That's what he got.
And not just
Mississippi State.
8-yard average, but 9 catches, 79 yards, 0 touchdowns. If Tennessee does that, then Tennessee wins this football game.
Yeah, let him do that.
Even like the 9 catches, I know that's kind of eye popping. Like 9 catches,
They're short passes.
Correct. I mean, I'm cool with the 7 to 10 receptions. It's the let's not allow him to go over 100 yards, and let's not allow him to reach the end zone. If you do that, he can have 14 catches for 90 yards. I'll take it if it's no scores.
Now against Florida, he had 4 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown.
More explosive plays.
But that touchdown was a 41-yard screen pass he took to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing in a game like this, where the Florida-Kentucky game, the final was 20-13, and Kentucky scored a touchdown on special teams. I mean, that play was huge. It was a monster play for Kentucky because Will Levis only had 87 yards passing. Half of it was to Whiteout Robinson on one play. The offense was stagnant. The offense was garbage. It was inconsistent. It was one-dimensional, like it's been all season long. You can't let Robinson be the guy that beats you. That's all I'm saying. If Josh Ali beats you, you deserve to lose.
Yeah, I think the tight ends are somebody to keep an eye on more in this game than the other receivers. They like to get the tight ends involved, and they have two of them that they do get involved. Justin Rigg, a COVID senior, and then Brendan Bates, a junior. So I think those two are guys that Tennessee needs to keep an eye on more so than the secondary receivers. So I'll be curious to see how they love to go play action off of the run game. If the run game is working for Kentucky, they love to go play action and dump it off to the tight end.
Yep, you better know what L. Robinson is every time. All right, let's get to the phones.
Got Brad.
Brad, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, Brad?
I hit you guys up on the text box, and I've been in and out. Haven't been able to listen to all the show. You know how work goes. Work kind of gets in the way every now and then.
Absolutely. Understand.
But yeah, I'd heard a report on Hendon Hooker while he was at Virginia Tech that there was a game where it was cold and Hendon basically couldn't finish the game, even on the sideline. He had to go to the locker room. Have you guys heard anything about that? And if so, I mean, even if that story is somewhat true, he's going to have to prove to these NFL scouts that he can handle some weather games before he's even considered an NFL draft pick.
Yeah, we talked about. I think probably the time that you was out with work, but yeah, we did read off your message on text box, and we had not heard that. And you're right. I mean, if you are a player that can't play in the cold weather, if that's something that truly bothers you, you'll be the one that's drafted to Buffalo, Green Bay. Like it will happen quick. And I remember there was a stretch when Minnesota was playing outside because their new stadium was being built. So you can't be that guy. But I have not heard that report at all. Not one time have I heard about Hendon not being able to play in cold weather. But it's going to be cold this weekend for, I think, spectators. But for players, mid-30s is not that bad. Once you get going, once you get playing, you're going to be sweating. And Hendon is not going to be on the sideline watching. He'll be playing. So that's not cold enough to me.
Swain, I know you got some cold weather game stories. What's the coldest element you've ever played in?
That Kentucky game, my freshman year, was cold. We played in a high school game in Alabama. It was one of the coldest games I've ever played in, too. I think it was in the teens. It was a playoff game. We were playing Tuscaloosa County. Woo! Man, I had sleeves, leg tights. Dude, it was cold. But the coldest Tennessee game was probably Kentucky 2003. I don't think we played any home games that was real cold. We played against Notre Dame later in the season. It wasn't really cold that day. That's probably the coldest game. And as I shared earlier, that was a game where guys were trying to get to that heater on the sideline.
We did have somebody in the text box come back and explain that in regards to the Hendon Hooker cold game conversation, Always Vols said that they are saying that about Hooker because of the game where he had the shakes, said it was because of the cold, but he had the flu and still tried to play. I am unfamiliar with this story, so just taking Always Vols' word for it. It seems like Hendon Hooker, this reputation of not being able to play in the cold was because he tried to play in the cold when he had the flu. And then Volstorm just sent me an article about it. So
yeah, I'm over here looking it up as well.
Look, I have a hard time believing a guy that grew up in North Carolina, where it gets cold there as well. And last I checked, when I saw a map, North Carolina isn't too far from Kentucky.
It's colder in North Carolina.
Whether it's colder or not, it's all about the same. North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, the Virginias. I know some places get colder than others, but at the end of the day, it's about the same everywhere in this part of the country.
You know what's crazy, man? How like easily a narrative can get started.
Yes.
I mean, it's real easy how something gets started and the wrong information is shared, and then this narrative is created that by the time it gets to Friday, Hendon may be allergic to cold weather. By the time it gets to Friday, man, there may be a narrative so crazy that Hendon breaks out the hives when it gets below 70 degrees. Like, it's just crazy how things can get started.
Well, Justin Fuente did not help the cause after this game. Justin Fuente said, "The trainer came to me and told me that he was cold. I don't know if there's something more significant or serious or what with that. I've never seen that before or heard of that before."
Oh yeah, that's
Fuente
a toss under the bus right there.
Yeah, Fuente was quick to throw Hendon under the bus, and what do you know? Hendon transferred a couple of months later, and now he's balling at Tennessee. So
yeah, Hendon wasn't the only guy that transferred on Justin Fuente at Virginia Tech either.
And Fuente's about to get fired.
There was a stretch where like 10 to 12 guys just left in the snap of a finger. So we'll see. We got a couple days to find out how Hendon plays in cold weather. But again, I don't think it's gonna be that cold. Mid-30s is not cold enough for a guy that's playing. Now, guys that's on the sideline not playing, better bundle up.
Yep, better have those hand warmers.
You better bundle up. Swain Event, be right back.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to hamptoninn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit. You get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
Eight 865-255-03. I mean, how can you have it for what today and not give it to Dan Mullen for what he said in yesterday's press conference? And then how can you not have it for what and not give it to Florida for canceling all of their media availability, not allowing the players to even have a chance to market themselves? At least let the players talk. And if the players are asked about recruiting, which I don't know why the players will be asked about recruiting because they're not the ones talking to the recruits anyways. They are there, and when players are coming in for a visit, for official visits, yeah, they play a part. But I just think you're hurting the players more than anything by canceling all the media availability. So that's my for what, man. That is my for what. How they are handling Dan Mullen's brain fart comments, talking about how, you know, recruiting will be discussed and handled after the season. That's the for what for me. You're only hurting the players when you do that. So that's the for what for today. 865-255-03. Get back to this text box. But first, let me let you know that November is Men's Health Month. So make sure to get all of your levels tested with a comprehensive health assessment. You can do that at the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. They specialize in men's wellness. And just for $155 a month, you can take advantage of what Low T is offering. That is the monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments, or you can let your insurance take care of it because it is covered by most health insurance. They ship directly to your home, folks. Directly to your home. That is convenience at its finest. That is top notch. This is why Low T Center is changing the game. They are changing the game in men's health. 865-255-03 is our number. Hour 3 is coming up.
the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
The phones, the Irish Networks hotline. Let's bring in Neil and Mafia. Start us off here with hour number 3. Hour number 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Mafia, good morning.
Swain, I'm in the process of changing my name to Pole Assassin. So you guys will help me and help me work with that transition. I sure would appreciate it.
You are Neil and Mafia, man. I'm not calling you P-ass. That'll be short for Pole Assassin. I'm not calling you that, man. You are Neil and Mafia. That you can't change your name, man. It's stuck.
Would the better nickname be Lot Lizard Assassin?
I see you're trifling.
He's trifling, good for nothing type of brother. He is, man.
See, Swain, I call in, and I'm talking to you, and Ben just comes down from the rafters like a sting, and I hadn't said nothing to that man.
That's why I came down, because you act like I don't exist. Maybe if you acted like I existed, then you wouldn't get the sting treatment.
But I'm the one who gets the instigating label, and it's the Ben the ones that he always chooses violence.
Oh, I always instigate. I'll be the first to admit it, unlike you.
Well, I tell you what, it's funny you should say it, Ben, because I had I was actually calling in about something I touched on the last time I called in, and you'd be a good one to engage with this.
Okay.
Because I was talking about how Tennessee was losing, staying in the SEC, and how it ended up representing a net loss and all that kind of thing. And you pointed out that, the existence of the massive SEC contract. And so I wanted to say, first of all, it is really nice of the SEC to every year hand us out money that we earned. It's nice of them to give us our money, that people watch our product, that people put eyes on us, that people engage with us on TV, that our fan base has the interactions and all that. So it's nice of them to reward us, kind of with our own money.
On their network.
But be that as it may, in 2019, which was the last COVID year, the SEC doled out $90 million into the state of Tennessee as part of the annual TV deal. $45 million of that went to Tennessee. $45 million of that went to Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at it from actual market shares, fan engagement, eyes on television product, and all that kind of thing, a more equitable distribution of our money would have been $82 million to Tennessee and $8 million for Vanderbilt, a nearly 10-to-1 ratio. So people say, well, they give us, $45 million. No, they cost us $37 million. And people, Big Orange Mac, he called in, oh, man, there's a new contract coming out. Great. The revenues will go up to $60 million. And guess what? Vanderbilt's share won't go up. Their market share won't go up. Nobody is jumping on that bandwagon anytime soon. They're not going to get any more engagements. They're not going to get any more eyes on their product. So that would bring in $120 million into the state of Tennessee. And keeping that same ratio, that would be about $105 million or $110 million to $10 million, meaning that it would cost us $50 million to stay in the SEC. If a fair market valuation is simply based on that, and I said I could get us to $100 million easily, I wasn't lying. That's apparently what the product is worth. The current conference model only exists to help those at the bottom. And you guys were like, well, Mississippi State should be complaining about the referees. Arkansas should be complaining about the referees. No. They're going to say a word. If you look at their market valuation based on $45 million of redistribution, they're probably worth around $20 million each.
Let me ask you this.
They are making massive amounts of money.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned $90 million. You mentioned $45 million going to the two SEC schools. What network was Tennessee and Vanderbilt playing on to be able to get this check from the SEC?
And now we come to the crux.
Okay.
I can't believe that I, as an old Gen X, has to bring this up to a millennial and a Gen Zer. But networks are dying. Networks are not the future. You guys quote me the NBC and Notre Dame thing. I tell you, NBC is a network my dad falls asleep to in his chair. There are a lot more revenue streams out there. There are a ton more streaming services, a lot more subscription models, and they all need content, and they are all willing to pay out the nose for it. I mean, sure, of course there's a network that gave us that much. There's an old rule in entertainment, and it's the rule of 5. So if the total valuation of the SEC network's contract is, say, to their schools is, say, $500 million. Let's say that. Let's toss that money out casually. $500 million. Let's say it's that. Then that means that they're making, and in return ESPN is making 5 times that. $2.5 billion. Now, where's all that money going? It's going right straight into there. Why? Because they control a network. And this is the argument that I'm making. After all is said and done, all the shouting, all this, that, and the other, if Tennessee, Bama, Georgia, LSU, and Texas A&M left the SEC, what would remain would be basically the Big Ten, with Florida and Georgia taking the place of Michigan and Ohio State. The reason I selected those 5 schools is because of A, massive television markets, or B, close proximity to. LSU has a rabid fan base. They have huge facilities. They're the only game in town, and they're right down there between the big markets of Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Georgia has Atlanta. Tennessee has a metro area in East Tennessee of 2.5 million, which I was surprised to find out is 5 times the size of the city of Atlanta alone.
Well, then Mafia, last week you were talking about Tennessee alone being able to leave the SEC and generate the same money, if not more.
Yes.
What are you still on that? Or are we talking now about needing other schools to lead the SEC to really have an impact?
I'm saying all 5 should leave and go do their own thing on the independent market. No, I'm not proposing leaving one conference to form another.
Well, last week it was about Tennessee taking the Notre Dame approach and being able to go out and generate more money than what the SEC was giving us, because you felt like the Tennessee's brand, we can go out there and sell our own rather than allowing the SEC to sell it and just give us a check. We can go out there and possibly create more money on our own like Notre Dame. This call seems like it's more like, all right, let's get other people to do the same and leave, and let's do it together to have, more of an impact.
No. Let me clarify. I use those as an example. And the example is, okay, in today's taxation, you have states that they pay out more money into the federal government than they take in. They are net losers. You have some states who take in more money from the federal government than they pay out in tax revenue. Those are net winners. And what I'm telling you is the SEC is composed of a top-heavy organization where 4 or 5 float basically the rest of them who couldn't exist on their own. I'm saying that all 5 need to leave, but I'm saying in particular Tennessee needs to leave, because if you are first, you control the marketplace. I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to get off here. If you took just the Lady Vols package, say, I don't know, basketball, which is 20 home games or so, softball, which is 20, 25 home games or so, soccer, which is 15 home games or so, and a couple of others. You took the coaches' shows, you took all that kind of thing, and pitched it on the open market, say to, I don't know, Pluto TV, or to a streaming service outside that, or to Vidgo. And you announced yourself as the leader, and it broadcasted as a woman's sports superstation. And if you do that, and you take that package, and you go and you put Pat Summitt's face on it, and you market yourself at the vanguard of women's athletics, that package would be, by my count, around $20 million a year just by itself. And if they signed a 5-year contract, they would become the first women's amateur athletics organization to hit 9 figures in revenue. The problem, Swain, is that so much of the money we could make is going to prop up all these other schools that just aren't generating it. Nobody's watching Missouri. Nobody's watching Vandy. Ole Miss and Mississippi State split everything. Arkansas doesn't have a TV market. What are we doing? We're giving away everything, and for what? So Greg Sankey can threaten us for not liking his product, fine us, threaten to take away our alcohol? No. The conference model is done, and it's as done as the network model is. The only thing is nobody's realizing it yet, and nobody's saying it but me. Fellas, have a good day.
Another interesting take, man. I mean, they're about to sign a bigger deal. People about to make more money. It don't seem like they're failing to me. I feel like they're getting bigger and better. And last time I checked, folks just don't watch women's basketball. They don't pay attention to women's basketball like that. I think the NCAA let us know with how unfairly they treated the women's basketball tournament. Did you see the WNBA parade of the championship Chicago Sky? There was no one out in the streets. They don't watch women's basketball like that. Now, I love it. Ben loves it. Ben covered it, covers it now. But we'll keep it going. Appreciate the phone call, Neil and Mafia. We just ain't on the same page yet, Neil and Mafia. Maybe later we will be. Not today. Not today, my friend. Thank you for the phone call. 865-255-03. Stay with us.
3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do, though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself, but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. irisnetworksusa.com.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. Fall is here, and according to the big box stores, it's Christmas time too. This time of year is traditionally a busy one for the East Tennessee real estate market, and it will continue through the end of 2021 as well. Most people think the holidays aren't the right time to buy and sell. However, it is one of the best times to jump in the market. To find out more, just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, at 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Swain Event, swainevent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Let's get to the Irish Networks hotline. It is Tuesday. It's hour number 3, which means we are checking in with our guy Austin Price of VolQuest.com. His time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. AP, good morning.
To quote the great Van Earl Wright, hello, everybody.
I love the energy, man. I love the energy. See what a bye week does to everyone?
I don't think it was the bye week. I think it was all the candy that Austin Price stole from the kids on Sunday night, and he's all hopped up on sugar now.
Yeah, that too.
How much candy did you steal from little kids, Austin?
I didn't steal any me from my kids. They have their own buckets that, we constantly try to hide because they just keep eating it. But my wife did buy too much for the house, so we did not pass everything out, and so thus there inevitably was some left over for me.
That was planned, wasn't it?
It wasn't. I didn't buy the candy.
Oh, wifey. So you throwing wife under the bus. I got it. We got some, my wife likes candy corn. And every year we have like this candy bowl. And she don't know this, but I don't really care at this point because Halloween is over. But every time I walk past it, I grab a handful and put it in the trash. And I told the kids that when Halloween's over, all of it's going in the trash. And yesterday was crazy. Sunday was crazy, so didn't have a chance to really kind of get on track. Daughter had a basketball game yesterday, but after the show, all the candy corn is going in the trash. Matter of fact, next break, I'm throwing it in the trash. I can't wait till the next break. Now, I love your phone call, Austin. We got a lot to talk about. I'm telling you, next break, I'm dumping all the candy corn in the trash. It's happening. AP, recruiting, bye week. Coaches hit the streets, flying all over the country. Where were some of the coaches going, or where did they go during the bye week, AP?
Well, they were a little bit of everywhere. Josh Heupel specifically spent most of Thursday and Friday in the state of Tennessee. He was in Memphis Thursday, watching Cam Miller, checked in on a few other high schools. Friday, checked in on some more high schools, watched Nathan Robinson Friday night before heading back to Knoxville and spending the weekend continuing to game plan for Kentucky and spending the weekend trick-or-treating with his own children. So, that's kind of where he's at. Rodney Garner was at the JUCO ranks out in Kansas, gave a couple of offers out, Jason, then came back to Georgia and it was in and around there. Rodney Ellerby was in the state of Georgia. I can continue to go right down the list. Golish was in Ohio and bouncing around. Halsley was in California to see the 2023 quarterback, Nicholas, and I'm not even going to pretend to, pronounce his name, but I would butcher it so badly.
Lamaleva.
There you go. Sure, if you say so, Ben.
Sounds right.
Good job, hey, but he said it with conviction, Jason. That's the first key. So a little bit of everywhere. Cody Burns was out in Arizona seeing some 23 wide receivers. Jerry Mack was in Memphis Thursday to see Cam Miller with hype, and then went down to Atlanta to see Justin Williams, the running back that's committed to West Virginia, who continues to get more and more traction from Alabama, Auburn, Michigan. That one's going to heat up really quick as he continues to skyrocket. A lot of boards across the country. The running back from East Paulding. A little bit everywhere. Brian Jean-Marie was down in Florida to see DeMario Tolan, the LSU commit, the person who took an official visit to Tennessee back in the summertime. And then he came up and was north of Atlanta on Friday. And I don't know, I'm forgetting who all I've left out here. Eckler was in Mississippi, seeing some JUCOs. Willie Martinez was in Alabama, I believe.
Ugh.
I don't know. I'm doing all this off my memory, so it's a thrill a minute. They were a little bit of everywhere, seeing a lot of different people last week. Again, important to get out and be seen because Tennessee does have a little bit more juice right now. The tide's turned a little bit in recruiting for Tennessee as they've been able to show an on-the-field product that offensively scores points and is exciting, and defensively is much better than a lot of people predicted coming into the year.
Austin, you talked about that new juice in recruiting. It's been a minute since Tennessee had somebody hop in the boat. Do you see Tennessee helping anybody into the boat anytime soon?
Well, I don't think anybody's imminent as in like this week, but I do think that, as you said last night in chat, they're close on a lot of guys, and there's going to be a lot of dominoes fall over the next month. Are they getting anybody this week? I don't see it, but I do think that over the course of the next 4 to 5 weeks, you're going to see Tennessee reel in some different players. And again, Tennessee's going to take some swings at some guys that are committed elsewhere. We talked about Demario Tolan. Inevitably, there's going to be some schools out there that have some coaching kind of unrest, and Tennessee's got to take advantage of it, especially if they can win games like Saturday against a ranked Kentucky team.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com. Austin, do you feel like that Tennessee will be able to take advantage of Florida and Dan Mullen not recruiting right now? I mean, that's what Dan said. He's going to do that.
We'll recruit in recruiting season.
He's going to recruit during recruiting season. Do you feel like Tennessee's be able to, maybe take advantage of that and possibly get some guys looking our way that Florida was recruiting?
Well, Tennessee wasn't going head-to-head with Florida a lot. But where they were going head-to-head was with Tennessee commit Jordan Phillips. And I think the last month for the Gators have really did them, I wouldn't say totally in, but leaning that way for Jordan Phillips. I think Tennessee's going to be able to withstand that surge and be able to hold on to him.
It's important that Tennessee matches Kentucky's physicality on Saturday night in Lexington. Do you think Tennessee is going to be healthy enough to the point to where they will be able to match Kentucky's physicality?
Yes, and I think it's the biggest thing, Ben, is can Tennessee match the intensity early? Because Kentucky's lost 2 in a row, both of which were on the road. Kentucky's going to come out fired up. They know this is a huge game for them. I mean, like all the the parents chattering this week about discontent and so on and so forth. They know that this is a big one. They'll come out fired up. The fans will be fired up because they've not won back-to-back games against Tennessee in 100 years, or it feels like that anyway. And so yes, they will come out fired up for this game. Tennessee's got to match the intensity early. If they do that and can get off to a quick start, then I think that puts doubt in the mind of Kentucky. And again, I think Tennessee rolls into this game and they think this is Kentucky. We're supposed to be Kentucky. Much like when Florida plays Tennessee, they look and go, hey, this is Tennessee. We're supposed to be Tennessee. And you play a different way, Jason. You were a former player. When you went in there against a team that traditionally Tennessee beat down, did the mindset not change of, they're not supposed to be on the field with us?
Yep. No, you're right. Give me a player, AP, that you think will have a good outing. It could be offense, it could be defense. We know Hendon Hooker is valuable, and so if Tennessee's going to do what they want to do, and that's win this football game, we know Hendon has to play well. So let's exclude Hendon here, but who are some guys you're looking at to have a good performance?
Offensively, I'm looking at Bayless Jones. I think that Tennessee, Kentucky don't want to let anybody beat them over the top, so they're going to let people keep them in front of them. That sets up well for Bayless or Cedric Tillman, both of which work the intermediate stuff really well. And then defensively, give me Tyler Barron. That kind of came down to Tennessee and Kentucky. I think he'll play motivated in this game because he knows a lot of people on the other side, and I think Levis is more of a statue back there than Tennessee's seen in a while, having won against Matt Corral and Bryce Young the last 2 games. So give me Tyler Barron.
A lot of talk about Hendon Hooker skyrocketing up draft boards, at least in the eyes of Mel Kiper. What are your thoughts as of today about the potential of Hendon returning next season? I know a lot can change. It's only November 2nd, still 4 games, 5 games if you include a bowl game left to be played. But just your thoughts as of today on Hendon's future and possibly coming back next year.
Come on, Ben. If you're going to say skyrocket, you got to say skyrockets in flight.
I don't have a good voice like you do.
Okay. I don't think Hendon knows. I think everybody was leaning to him coming back, and no one really thought about it. Then he's got a little bit of juice out there. It's what does Hendon want to do? Is there something he wants to accomplish? Is there something academically he needs to get done or would like to get done while he's still in college? Does he feel like he can improve his stock, by coming back? I think there are several different things at play here, that for me, I think that much is to be determined over the next month for Hendon Hooker. I think for Tennessee, you're hoping and praying that he comes back because no matter, what you think, like he just solidified the position this year and he can help further stabilize it next year. And Taven Jackson's coming in, but I mean he's more of a raw product. He's not ready yet. You need time to build. He's put too much on him too early. Obviously, Joe Milton had a tough time when he played this year. Tennessee right now is pretty empty in the quarterback room compared to where they were 6 months ago. So I just go back to Tennessee. Is hoping that Hendon will stick around and play his final year of football at Tennessee, and if he doesn't, they'll be rooting hard for him to get drafted high because that helps. That helps sell Josh Heupel's offense. But I think for the position and for Tennessee's football program, it sure would help him if Hendon Hooker was back for one more year.
How does Tennessee attack the transfer portal at the quarterback position, or even the recruiting trail? How does Tennessee manage the future of the quarterback room while they await Hendon Hooker's decision? Now that Harrison's left, Brian Maurer's gone, Hendon may not be here, and in my opinion, you definitely can't go into next season thinking that Joe Milton's going to be your starter for all 12 games.
Well, I think what you have to do is you have to wait and see. Right now, at this point, there's high school kids out there. The top end guys are off the board, obviously. So I think Tennessee would wait and see what Hendon does. If Hendon doesn't do anything and he comes back, then I think you still may look to try to find kind of a guy that's content being a backup or whatever, that just wants to be at the Power 5 level and get them in here, depending on what Joe does. Again, I'm not sure Joe's a locked in. He's out of here at the end of the year. Maybe he ends up leaving, but I don't think that's a set in stone thing as of now. So I think a lot of it depends on what Hendon does, what Joe does, and I think that'll dictate what Tennessee does in the transfer portal or looking at another high school kid. But I think at this point, unless something really weird happens down the stretch, you're looking at them probably going to the portal after the first of the year for a potential extra quarterback if they need one.
Josh Heupel was asked about Harrison Bailey's decision to enter the transfer portal. I thought Josh Heupel had a spot-on answer and did a great job of mentioning the fact that Harrison was a good teammate, but also being honest, saying that the timing is not great either. Doing it when he did right in the middle of the football season. What are the advantages of a player, especially Harrison, shutting it down at this point of the season rather than finishing up the rest of the season and then hitting the transfer portal?
Well, kids can't have contact with those schools to hit the portal. And if you hit the portal early enough, you can kind of start positioning yourself. If you're a school X and you're going to need a quarterback help, it helps, them, and it helps the kid that's going into the portal, potentially kind of find his way and kind of start maneuvering and positioning himself a little bit. If you wait, then someone else may beat you to it. So I get, all coaches are going to say, I wish they would have waited. But for kids, they're never going to look at it that way. They're going to say, I'm not going to play in the next month anyways. Chances are anyway. And so why not go ahead and get in the portal? That way I can go ahead and start talking to teams X, Y, and Z and figuring out, where I fit best, where I have options at. Again, a lot of kids go in the portal, schools call just to put that initial feeler in and then never call back. So, you want to figure out what's real, what's not as early as you can. So I understand why Harrison Bailey did it. Again, coaches across college football are never going to be okay with a kid going into the portal with 4 games left. Fans are going to think the kid quit. In reality, you can look at it every way, and nobody's really wrong in this instance, including the kid that went into the portal who just is looking at the next 2 to 3 years instead of the next 2 to 3 weeks.
So is Harrison going to be the starting quarterback at Alabama next year?
I think we lost Austin, man. I think we lost him. Is Austin still there? No.
What?
Huh? Oh, there you go. Hey, Austin, you okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Thought we lost you there for a second. Did you hear Ben's question?
He asked if he was going to be the starter at Alabama. I said no.
Oh, you cut out when you said that.
Oh, I thought Austin just did not want to answer the question because he thought it was pretty obvious.
That would have been a fitting answer as well.
No, I know, right? That would have been even more epic than just straight up no, which either one is appropriate here on the Swain Event because no one thinks that's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen this weekend, AP? You got Tennessee winning this game?
Yes.
How bad?
You know, I don't know. I think Kentucky will come out and they'll play energized. So Tennessee's going to have to fend off that first quarter and then go from there. Again, I think it all depends on how Tennessee starts. I just don't feel like Kentucky offensively can do enough. And I think even though Kentucky's front seven is really good, getting Cade Mays back, being more of a cohesive unit on the offensive line, so on and so forth, I just think Tennessee. And again, I think when Tennessee players walk out there, they know the history of this series. They know even in the worst decade of all time, they're 7-3 against the Cats. So, you know, if they win this game, that means Mark Stoops is 2-7 against the Vols and 3-6 against Mississippi State in his 9 years as the leader of the Kentucky Wildcats.
The real question is, where are we going to eat on Saturday before we make our way into mighty Kroger Field? Are we going to go through McDonald's? I know you like brown paper bags and sitting in drive-thrus for a long period of time.
Y'all probably eat some of that sushi that's in the deli section at Kroger. That's probably y'all gonna be.
No, we will not be going to McDonald's. We will not be.
It's happening.
We'll go someplace that probably will let Eric Kane decide.
Oh, no! I'm putting my foot down. We're not letting Eric Kane decide. Although it'd be better than you deciding, because then we won't end up in a drive-through for an hour.
y'all won't eat until like after the game, like 12:30 on the way back.
That will happen as well.
Well, at least you're being honest about it, man. At least you're being honest about it, and you're always honest here on the Swain Event, which is why we appreciate you and always have you on talk about recruiting. And I did catch on to what you said, Austin, that here in the next couple of weeks, hey man, Tennessee may put themselves in a nice position. We'll see what happens. It's been a slow couple months right now for Tennessee, but I think Dan Mullen explained it. No, I mean, who recruits during the season? Duh, I mean, come on now, no one does that. So that probably explains why it's been slow for Tennessee. Thank you, Dan. We thought recruiting happened all the time. Now we know. But for Tennessee, the play in the last couple of weeks may benefit Tennessee here in the next coming weeks as we approach early signing period. So look forward to seeing what's going to happen. Look forward to seeing the fruits of the Tennessee staffs and this football team's labor over the last couple of weeks. But AP, man, good talk as always. Thanks for the time. And we'll see you tonight as we talk to on Tennessee Prime.
Cooper Mays, but you won't see me tonight, big guy.
Oh, yeah, it's
Brent
Hubs. It's Hubs. It's the Hub show tonight. So Cooper Mays and Cade Mays will be our two guests today, and that's gonna be phenomenal. So looking forward to Tennessee Prime tonight at Gus's Fried Chicken at 7 p.m. We'll be there. AP, thanks, man.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Austin Price's Time is brought to you by Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you choose Jennifer Morris. That's what you do. You don't call anyone else first. You call Jennifer Morris first because you know that she's going to take care of you. Same way she took care of my man Ben over here. 865-257-7897 is her telephone number. Her email is jennifermorris865@gmail.com. You don't think Jennifer Morris is awesome? Check out this message on the text box from Jennifer Morris earlier in the day when she said that she is a West Virginia girl. We were talking about the weather, that she went to the Marshall game back in the day. This is probably when Marshall was actually good. And West Virginia is always a cold sports season. and she remembers being at the Marshall game. It was 20 degrees, but she was okay because she drank a lot that day.
What do you think is worse? Sitting through a football game in 20-degree weather, or sitting through the beatdown that West High School gave Central last Friday?
Hey, you ain't right. You ain't right. You ain't right at all, man. What was it, like 48-0 at halftime?
It was bad.
Ooh, it was ugly. It was ugly. West is a state championship caliber team, man. That wasn't right, Ben. That wasn't right. Your team couldn't do it, though.
South Oil took care of business.
They
beat up on Gibbs. Take that, Brent Hubbs.
They couldn't take care of Central, though. I called that game in the rain. Central put them things on South Doyle that day. All right, we'll take a quick timeout and be back after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do, though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself, but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. Fall is here, and according to the big box stores, it's Christmas time too. This time of year is traditionally a busy one for the East Tennessee real estate market, and it will continue through the end of 2021 as well. Most people think the holidays aren't the right time to buy and sell. However, it is one of the best times to jump in the market. To find out more, just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, at 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Ladies and gentlemen, Tennessee fans all across the state of Tennessee who own a vehicle, this is your chance to take advantage of the Tennessee themed license plate. Right now, available. County clerks across the state of Tennessee. The official UT license plate is available. All you have to do is go to alumni.utk.edu. Really, really simple. Really, really, really easy. /license plate. The official UT license plate. It goes to support our student at the University of Tennessee. Scholarships they get the chance to benefit from. $15 of the $35 annual specialty plate fee will go to support our UT students. So make sure you ask for the KA plate, which stands for Knoxville Alumni, when you go to your county clerk. The official UT license plate is available right now. Y'all thought I was joking. I am about that life. You thought I was joking, Ben?
Well, I'm sure you'll jump back on the bandwagon at some point.
What is this?
Trash.
This is what I was explaining earlier. This right here is the candy bowl. These are candy corn. Right here. the few left in this house. Y'all know how I feel about candy corn. I don't mess with candy corn. But there's other people in my family that do. Last time I checked.
They'll throw them away. They'll stink.
Last time I checked.
Smell from here.
Last time I checked, Halloween was over. God. And I'm the man of this house. I'm running things. Wife ain't here. She's at work. But I'm running things.
Probably listening.
She at work right now. Hopefully she ain't listening.
She got friends that listen.
That's true. I'm running things today. And always. See this ball right here, candy corn? You see this right here? See this? See this right here? This is a trash can. This candy corn.
That butcher's trash can?
Yes, this is the Swain Event turnover trash can. This trash can and this candy corn. Y'all hear jingling? Look at that. That's a candy ball right there. Mm-hmm. There's only one place candy corn belongs. You hear that? Trash. It belongs in the trash. That's where it's going.
The way I look at it is you need better control of your household. Talk about you're the man of the house, yet you're allowing that crap to be in your kitchen
for a couple days.
In the candy bowl.
For a couple days, man. I'll allow it. For a couple days.
Should not be allowed ever.
But what they don't know, well, they should know now because I just told them myself. Every time I walk by, I pick up a handful. I toss it in the trash. My wife be like, hey, who ate the candy corn? Who's been eating the candy corn? Hey, I got to refill the bowl. Yeah, you need to refill the bowl, man. These kids are tearing up the candy corn, ain't they? They tearing it up, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to refill that bowl. Go ahead and refill that bowl. Because I work from home, and y'all at home, and y'all at work and at school. So it's just me and the candy corn all day long. I be tossing a little bit here, there, a little bit there. Get that out of here. Like Matumbo. Not my house. Finger wag. Get that out of here. I'm like E. Pons when it comes to candy corn. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. That's the candy corn in the trash can. You hear that?
You're gonna get the dog going.
Let's go
to your little ones are already outside the door, talking amongst themselves.
That's all good.
Don't need the dog going at the same time.
No, the dog been good today, man. He been good to go. All right, let's get to the phones.
Phone lines are jam-packed with people who like to talk. So let's keep a good caller pace going with Jay, Vol Nation, and Vol Storm.
Oh, man. This is a nice one. This is nice. Jay, good morning.
Swain, good morning, brother.
What's up? What's up, Jay? Good morning.
Hey, man. I'm living, brother. I'm living.
You had a great morning then.
What offensive lineman are we losing next year besides Cade Mays?
I think we're good.
Nobody.
I don't think we're good.
Off the top of my head, nobody.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Did Calvert use the free
other
year?
than Cade?
Maybe Cameron Calvert. I'm checking as you talk.
Okay. So we know we're losing Cade, and then maybe nobody else, which that'll be good then. But you're gonna lose because we were talking about Hendon Hooker coming back. Y'all were talking about it with Austin, and I'm saying, could Hendon possibly be coming back to an offense that's maybe not quite as good if you don't hit it big in the transfer portal, which you may or you may not? Because I think Tyon Evans is an NFL back, and Austin mentioned he doesn't like school. So what does he end up doing?
Who likes school?
You're gonna lose Valus. You're gonna lose Javonte Payton. Now you may be able to replace those guys, but it sounds like you may going to lose one of the Jimmies to the transfer portal.
If not,
and
both.
Some of these young receivers, they're not stepping up right now.
What's Jimmy?
Holiday. I heard Holiday. I can't remember.
It may be both. But I mean,
that rumor's out there.
I mean, guys.
So I'm saying my point is, it sounds like it's a real possibility that this offense could not be as good from a personnel standpoint next year if you don't hit it big in that transfer portal. Is that fair to say?
It's possible. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it's possible. I think it's not going to happen because Josh Heupel was able to go out and get these players based on what he did at Central Florida. He couldn't even show them Tennessee film. Now he has film to show players. I think he'll be able to go out and attract guys that can run. Holiday and Callaway, they haven't played in forever, and Tennessee has looked great on offense. So what are you losing there? No offense to those guys, but it'll be the second year in the offense for a Hendon Hooker if he returns, and the second year for everybody else who returns. So this offense is going to be even better. The tempo is going to be even faster. During Tennessee Prime, I asked the offensive line guys that we've had a couple Tuesdays where we've had 2 offensive linemen at a time. And I asked them about, guys, have we even reached the fastest that we can go with this offense? And they're like, no. Well, because it's the first year. So imagine next year how fast this tempo really can go as these guys are more comfortable. Tillman has 2 years to play after this. Now you got to go out and replace Velus Jones, which won't be easy to do.
Or Peyton.
I think Peyton will be a little bit easier to replace than Velus, because Velus is a guy that's shiftier, and he's a guy that you use on special teams. You know, Javonte Payton, even though he has been really good as a receiver, catching a touchdown basically seemed like every single week. I think you can go out and get a guy that's built like Peyton. That's a 4-4 guy, and I'm giving Peyton his credit, but also giving Heupel credit for being able to go out there and get someone that's similar. Velus, I think, will be harder to replace, but I think Josh Heupel should be able to go out there and get players. I really do feel that way, but I do understand what you're saying. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying that at all.
All right, fair enough, Swain. I'll let the other guys get on.
All right. See you, Jay.
Vol Nation.
Vol Nation, good morning.
What's up, family? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Hey, man, just enjoying the week, man, and getting ready for Kentucky, man. I'm just really jacked. I'm excited about the season and what has transpired. I think we've done a great job bringing in Coach Heupel, and he's done a great job bringing in some staff. Guys have bought in. And so now the situation that we have on the field right now is just recruiting. You know, you got to get some more of his guys in here. And I think that's going to happen over the off season, whether it's through the portal recruiting or whatever. I believe these guys can bring in guys that believe in what's going on here in the culture and what they're seeing. I mentioned at the beginning of the season that I believe this was a 7-5 team, and we have a shot at doing that.
You did,
you know, and so, and then who knows what can happen in the Georgia game if we're healthy, if we're come out of this. This break, and we're ready to ball. And I've been watching Georgia. They're not unbeatable. Their defense is good. But once again, I don't know if they've actually seen an offense like what we can produce when it's clicking. You know what I'm talking about? Now, of course, their offense is really great. But once again, it's not unstoppable either. You know what I'm saying? So just don't know what can happen in these last 4 games. That's why we play it on Saturdays. But, at least they can get these 3 wins in, get 75, and continue to move forward. So that's my thing. They 75 go to a bowl game. I think that's a great season, and I think it's going to promote enthusiasm and excitement with these recruits, because they'll see the fruit of what he's talking about and saying, hey, guess what? If you were here, we can be better. And so I'm trusting the staff. One other thing I just wanted to share with, I was listening to Neal and Mafia earlier, and I get it. You got the Notre Dame thing. You can go out there and make more money, and that's a potential. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this, Greg Sankey, the SEC, I don't know who did it in the mid-'90s going into the BCS championship, but they did a great job marketing the SEC as a brand. Before then, there was a lot of individual schools, just like any other conference, but they somehow branded the SEC to where, if you're in the SEC, you were part of their brand, and they took that to the next level. And as long as I can remember now, the SEC has been the greatest conference in college football, if not in sports, period, regardless, pertaining to collegiate sports. And so Greg Sankey, I think, did a boss move, hit a home run by bringing in and basically have cornered the market for college sports. He set a new precedent and brought in a new era that is unmatched. The money will be unmatched. They were talking about, $60 million approximately for each school. That's crazy. You know, Clemson and all these other schools were 28, 30 million. Is that right? Something like that.
You mean schools outside of the SEC?
Outside the SEC, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're bringing in. I mean, you got the Big Ten Network and the ACC Network. I'm not sure off the top of my head what they're bringing in. I know that SEC teams are bringing in $45 million. It's going to go up to in the 60 range with this new deal, and
And so you can't match that, So to me, being in the SEC is cutting edge. And there's nothing better in college football than the SEC. And coming under the umbrella of that brand, you've got stability, you've got security, you've got protection. And it's an industry. College football is a $1 billion business. And not only does this move impact college football pertaining to the teams that are within the SEC, it also helps out all collegiate sports, regardless of where, or what that sport is, and whether it's basketball, whether it's soccer, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Everyone benefits in each of those schools or programs within the SEC like no other conference. And everybody, once they come over, everybody's going to want a piece of it. And it becomes an auction. An auction is something where once you build it, it just produces money. And that's what the SEC is becoming. By itself, it's an auction. And I think Greg Sankey has done something that kind of like, Nick Saban did to Alabama, where it was unmatched and you had never seen anything like that before, what he did, producing straight NFL players week in and week out, season in and season out. That's kind of like what Greg Sankey's done to everyone else. This is the SEC. It is what it is. It can't get much better than this. And I don't think anybody else will be able to compete. They'll have to, try to accommodate and do what they can, but basically they're going to have to conform. And whatever Greg Sankey says is going to basically happen. So
I appreciate the phone call, Vol Nation. We got to hit the end of the show, but first we got to get to Vol Storm. Thank you so much for the phone call, my friend. Sorry I had to cut you off. Let's get to Vol Storm to send us out in style.
Don't you hit that music? We're going over.
We're already over.
We're already over.
Good. Guys, I don't know what makes my head hurt worse. Austin Price lying about stealing other people's candy, Mafia Mask, or the fact that Swain readily admitted they used all their energy to run over the Heaters, which explains why we were down 21-0 at Kentucky.
Did we win the game?
That ain't the point.
Oh, I thought it was the point. We won the game, and I said when we had to punt and the offense came out the football field, then we ran to the Heaters. Ain't no sense being cold if you ain't in the game. Ain't no sense being cold. Might as well get warm.
You know what makes my head hurt more than all those things you said?
What?
You coming on here yelling into the phone.
You the white Samuel Jackson.
You have volume control. Shut up.
What'd you say?
I said you have volume control. Shut up.
I know. I turned you down. You're halfway down. That's the sad part. And you're still yelling.
White Samuel Jackson. He's coming here yelling and cussing.
Guys, we need to make an appeal to Scott Strickland that Dan Mullen doesn't have to recruit. He's got 5 stars all around him. He's in Florida.
That's right. He's good.
He don't have to recruit.
That's right. That's right.
He's right there next to Georgia. He's in Florida. He don't need to recruit. It's all good.
All good. You right, Volstar. All good. He could just, get some guys from the transfer portal that goes to Clemson and decide to leave. He can get those guys. They don't need to recruit.
Exactly. With the transfer portal, you don't have to recruit.
Exactly.
It's all good. It's all good.
KeepDanMullen.com.
That's right.
Who's buying the domain? You or me?
We need Saban to come out with a ringing endorsement of Dan Mullen.
Yes.
You're the one flashing the cash around. You buy it.
I ain't got any money. This $5 is for Hendon. It ain't for anybody else.
Hey, guys, before I go, is it true that if Kentucky loses on Saturday night that all the fans will lose their fuel points? See you, boys!
That is true.
Oh, that was a good one.
That is true. That is true. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. For the great Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. We hope you have a great Tuesday. Tonight, we'll be at Gus's Fried Chicken for Tennessee Prime. We'll have the Mays brothers in attendance. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I would think that this is Kentucky week after a bye week that these guys will be healthy enough to play. They on the Tennessee Prime. That's just what I feel. It's just a little speculation on my part, but man, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not always right. I'll be checking them ankles out. I'll be checking those knees out, checking those lower extremities out, below the knees, to make sure that everything is okay. Make sure everything's in check. Make sure our guys are ready to go. Get this dub up in Lexington. How's that sound, Ben? Great. I'm glad you agree. We will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.